And are you ready? Because we're jumping right into it. I think we're watching from Licky's Lair's point of view here. So here we go. Licky's Lair. We got Talonflame, Pikachu, Lucario, Snorlax, and Eldegoss. And we are in spectate mode, which is nice. And Traffy, which is that named player that we recognized here in the jungle with that Talonflame.
Lots of huge ganking opportunities on this character. Traffy going to be a really huge threat for OSKC, as they're always going to have to be aware that Pokemon comes out of absolute nowhere. Fly having a huge range and only giving that circle of awareness going to be a pretty massive threat.
Licky's pressuring a little bit. Want to point out we have that Gardevoir jungler, which is going to be a lot of fun to see. And we do have a traditional 2-1-2 laning strategy here from OSK, which is unique to the point that we've seen 1-1-3 ad nauseum here. So we're going to see if this 2-1-2 can work, to be quite frank.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see which direction Traffy decides to push. Okay, it looks like he's going to be pushing the top lane early, going to try to even up the lanes, whereas OSK's jungler, Geodude, is going to be doing the same. Geodude maybe looking to see if they can get a free, easy knockout on this Lucario, but not much contest. But little do they know, there is a fiery bird on the other side.
Oh, they just jumped right in, and Grum pushing a little bit. Gladoa and Yudi getting bullied quite, I was going to say, not at all, actually, as they were able to take down the Lucario. I don't know what I was saying. But we're watching here, and we're down to the bottom lane. Bubo, Granky, and Noble pushing very well as a three-person unit here, and working through Alex Kidd getting caught a little bit, but they Wigglytuff with Sing, and Snorlax going to sleep on their own, saying, I don't need any help from you, friend, as they do a heavy slam, and Alex Kidd is taken down by the Pikachu. Bryce pushing back a little bit. Bulbasaur not able to keep too many points from rolling in there, as Licky's Lair is pressuring that bottom lane very well.
Yeah, Licky's Lair definitely winning in the bottom lane, but the saving grace for OSK here is that they got that early KO on top and definitely have a lot more pressure in that top lane presence. And that's exactly what they want 2-1-2 to do for them. That's what they need to pay off for this matchup to keep swinging in their favor. It's also going to make Traffy keep having to push that top lane again and again, which is going to make OSK always feel a little bit safer that they know the jungler's at top. But ooh, Grum getting a huge spike of damage. Luckily, that focus band procs just in time to keep him up.
Yeah, Grum thought they had that clear shot once they dashed right through the opposing Lucario, and Traffy just popped out of the weeds there with and then fell from the skies on top of him. Eldegoss getting a KO downstairs on Bulbasaur. Alex Kidd, Gladoa, and Yudi pushing a little bit here, working together as they're keeping out Bubo and Noble, working on their own mobs here, as Dreadnought is up in just a few moments.
Yeah, gonna be a 4-on-4 fight here for Dreadnought, unless Traffy decides to opt into staying up. No, it looks like they're gonna be rotating down.
Oh, I mean, they just took care of Bubo. They just took care of the Eldegoss as well, and this Dreadnought is free if they focus on it. But here's Traffy with a little bit of closeout, getting a big time KO on Alex Kidd, and Talonflame closes it out. They lock it down, don't they, with that DPS up? Is that a double? Is that a double? Traffy's popping off, going for they wanted the Penta for sure. They used the Unite move, trying to go for Geodude there, and they're just on the edge, and Traffy unfortunately has to bail, but doesn't get the 5-bagger. Are you kidding me? That looked so good.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a tear in Traffy's eye when they saw that Corellia getting away from them, but their team gave them the best of news that there was a Pikachu up for grabs right behind the goal zone, and instead Traffy decides to rotate back, saving that situation. You were right, Bubo went down there as well as their other players, so just a double KO situation, completely flipped on its head from Traffy, and Traffy stays winning with this Talonflame.
I mean, already level 10, and they're putting the pressure on everybody. I mean, they've out-leveled the jungler because of all the KOs they've picked up, and now they're just working through OSK. They're pushing them hard. Skinflux goes down to the opposing Pikachu. Grum going to push on Spartan, and they have to give up to go straight for the bees. That's a Unite move by the Pikachu, and that sends Traffy and Noble reeling a little bit, but Gladoa able to make it back to the goal zone as we're watching Traffy pick off their next victim, and they isolate Grum. That's a Unite move, and they smash through as the whole squad's there. Alex Kidd getting bullied, but Bubo going down, and Traffy looking for the next. Good, there it is, double. And they found it, landed right on their head and closed it out. That's a double for the Talonflame.
Yet another double. Honestly, these fights seem to be going so well for OSK in the first couple of movements or breaths of these team fights. But as soon as Traffy shows up and Skinflux is given a little bit more room to breathe, that bird is dominating OSK. Those health pools are nowhere near to full ever. Always being deleted, but finally some justice in this world. But only returned as an Eldegoss dunks 40 in the faces of 4 members of OSK, breaking that top tier goal zone. And Dreadnought is up.
Yeah, that was a huge overcap there, and they're keeping that bottom goal zone up with 3 as we're watching Granky just kind of pick off some mobs and wait for the whole squad to show up on the other side. Yudi and Gladoa able to come in, and we're going to take a look here as Bubo's pushing alone, and Alex the Kid not wanting any of that quite yet, as 4 players from Licky's Lair is here, and they're posturing very well, maybe trying to buy some time for Traffy to make it through their jungle and show up to really cash in on the Talonflame's close ability. Alex Kid going with this Sing, identifying, but they've gone in alone, and now going downstairs, OSK is able to take down Lucario. They're watching, they're eyeing down Bubo, and now that's a Unite move from Traffy, able to come up and come through and line up and take a KO as well. Bubo still pushing. OSK Bryce on the verge. We see a block and Alex Kidd stuck now as the Venusaur comes in with the Pedal Dance Giga Drain combo. Yudi here there for support, and there's so many players on Licky's Lair on the verge of going down. Bubo's number 1. Traffy's coming through. Is that a double for Traffy? Are they going to make it a triple? Yudi's on the edge. Alex Kidd is pushing, and the Talonflame finally does go down, and it's about time too, as Pikachu's able to close out the Wigglytuff, and yet there's Dreadnought, unscathed, untouched, and Gladoa doesn't want to kick that off alone.
Yeah, Dreadnought Leash is getting back to full health. And yet again, Traffy saving that situation. Definitely even trades on both sides in terms of KOs. But that Pikachu out of OSK was setting up some incredible moves. Blind Red, a 3-stack in Bush with that Thunder combo. Setting up huge damage, but Traffy was able to save it last minute. And right now, OSK is putting on some early pressure, but Venusaur looking very low. If he gets pushed on, he's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, there it is. There's number 1 is Yudi on the verge. There's number 2 opposing Pikachu's there. The harm, Alex the Kid stuck in the pocket too long. Here comes Traffy, double KO for the Pikachu, and the Wigglytuff ends up closing it down for OSK, but they paid for their insolence as they are down, and all of OSK's goal zones getting closed down right in their faces. They may have gotten the experience, but this thing is tilting in Licky Lair's favor.
Yeah, definitely. The Dreadnought steal there is nice, but they wanted so much more. And we actually see this score 232-45 right now. Licky's Lair winning in terms of experience and points by a pretty wide margin. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a little bit of a breather we have to start farming and building up these Unite moves. A lot used in that last Dreadnought fight, but 2 minutes and 24 seconds, everybody should be getting close to earning theirs right now. And Rotom is starting to get touched. Could this be a bait by Licky's Lair to force OSK into pushing up?
Yeah, OSK almost fell for it. They do grow the distance there, so they don't get taken out. Gladoa would have been the crucial candidate there to be taken down, but they identify what's going on and bail out. 2 minutes on the clock. That means Zapdos is here. Rotom sent down the lane. That's called timing, my friends. As Licky's Lair doesn't even escort the Rotom. They just let it go in, and now they got free points if they want them. We're watching this team fight break out. Everybody's a little split for OSK. Lucario's late to the party. They're trying to meet up here. Alex the Kid caught in the middle. They've been alone almost this whole game. Traffy coming through with the Unite move, and we're watching this thing break out as 2 players are down. Pikachu and Venusaur are down. This is going to be the third. Is Wigglytuff going to go down? Make it a double for the Talonflame as 3 players are down, and we've got 2 left on OSK, and Licky's Lair is all standing tall here, and they're moving to Zapdos. As you know, Bubo and Granky going to bubble out and keep out. Here comes OSK Grum. Can they make the hero play? Holy smokes, they cannot. They get taken out by Traffy. Chalk another one up on their belt as Briss is working through. Unite moves coming through, and all of Licky's Lair is pushing OSK as they finally take out Grum, the Lucario. Mentioned that before, we'll mention it again. Here comes a Unite move from the Pikachus. They're mowing some players down finally. And the Lucario for Licky's Lair goes down, and Gladoa's coming in to do work. And if they want to close the door on anybody, it's now. But nope, there's Traffy, the number 1 enemy of OSK.
Traffy's being an absolute sweeper right now. The rest of the team is setting them up, but as soon as they're in that half health margin, the assassin from the skies comes in, and Traffy does the work. Really nice defense there, and a 50 bomb going in from the top for Licky's Lair, as well as a 48. All that being doubled up to 96 on that bot lane. Man, Gladoa's fairy singularity there being used was so early. I would have loved to see that used to spike the Zapdos in these final seconds, but was used when Zapdos was already around like half HP. So not getting any value, and now Traffy is rushing down Gladoa all the way back to their home base goal zone.
3 words, and I've said it before, I'll say it again: pad the stats. That's what Traffy's about all right now. Getting in the ducats, getting the KOs, seeing those numbers go up, and they're just chuckling behind their Switch controller right now as Bryce and Udi try to push up the lane a little bit and just avoid being KO'd before time runs out. And I'll tell you what, Josh, that was a clinic by Licky's Lair. They looked pretty good.
Yeah, immaculate play from them, especially in those final 2 minutes there. But, I mean, it was an impressive play by Licky's Lair, for sure. The team showed up, showed their strengths.
In this group...
But,
Traffy...
Traffy was the real steal, the star of the show, who was demolishing the enemy team completely and was getting out for free unpunished. Traffy's Talonflame is a threat and is here to stay.
Oh yeah, they're a game-changing presence. There's no doubt about that. Real quick, let's talk about what we're watching here. This is the Delsey Trainer Challenge second group stage. 4 pods of 4 teams. The top 2 teams of each pod qualify for a 16-team double elimination tournament for €1,500. This is an EU tournament broadcast in French that we're bringing you that English coverage, baby. I'm interested to see if DDC, Lutti, and LeVraiPump, the two French gentlemen bringing us this event, if they decide to stick with this game, or do we bump around to somewhere else? Let's take a look. No, we're following Licky's Lair and OSK again.
All right.
Zoinks, you ready? Are we jumping in?
Let's do it.
Let's jump right in. We're in it. We're in it. We're in it. Okay, no changes that I can see real quick from Licky's Lair. Didn't expect any. OSK CS staying the same as well. We really got to see that bottom lane. I'd like to see Alex Kidd, the Wigglytuff, work more in unison with the squad. We've seen how working in tandem that Wigglytuff can really open up KO opportunities for the squad, and I'd like to see OSK leverage that a little bit better here in Game 2.
That's true, but the problem that OSK is going to be finding with this Wigglytuff is, who do you rush down and sing? I mean, you have Snorlax, who's got that gigantic health pool, and a couple of enemies that are going to be utilizing their full heals. You'd love to find the enemy jungler, but that Talonflame can leap into the sky the second they start getting that little musical note above their head. It's going to be a tough challenge. I mean, if it works, it's amazing, but it's not an easy ask.
Yeah, let me rephrase. Maybe I just want the Wigglytuff to move with the team at some point in time. You know, just if you're going to make a dive, you know, get on the comms and say, look, I'm eyeing down them. And even if you do something incorrectly, do it incorrectly 1,000 miles an hour in the same direction with your squad, you know, and you can turn the tides just with being a cohesive unit. They eyed down Traffy and they took him down. A little bit of revenge here in the bottom lane by Udi and Gladoa with the pressure here as Grum comes through. Top lane as Grum comes through and puts the pressure on Skinflux, and they're just raining in the ducats there in the top goal zone as we jump down to the bottom lane.
Shades of Game 1 there for sure. They the OSK was able to secure a KO in the top lane in those early fights at first Bs, but this time the difference is that scoreline is now reading out 66. Huge amount of pressure from OSK, but answered immediately back by Licky's Lair. Can Bryce take this KO?
Please, with the squad rolling up, you have to be able to. Don't get caught by that heavy slam. Don't let them get too far. Bryce able to back off, not able to close anything out, but not getting KO'd is a win in my book in that situation. Bubo goes down to the combination of Briss and Udi, and here comes Alex Kidd. Get the sing on the Eldegoss. Do something. Here we go. They isolate him down. Double KO for Udi, and that's what you like to see. The Pikachu's coming in and picking up the lane, and Alex Kidd with a very tactical sing are able to get the KO on the Eldegoss before it can escape, and nobody goes down for OSKCS. That is a W for this bottom lane squad.
Udi is well fed in this bot lane trio right now, almost at level 7 already. When the jungler from OSK is only at level 8, this Udi is definitely trying to show why they are a threat in this damage lane, and there it is, showcase. You see that thunder combo coming out of Udi.
I mean, Licky's Lair, they need their Talonflame. They need to get in the comms. They need to identify that Yudi is going to be a problem, and they need to have Talonflame landing on their head every time. Look, even Alex Kidd's getting out after a Sing, and that's a huge W for them too. They're pressuring very hard in this lane. Gladoa finally hits guard. I say finally, already hits Gardevoir. And that's going to be a presence in this bottom lane as they're sitting at level 9 and they're sitting well fed as the jungler for the squad. And nobody on the opposing team is even at level 8 yet. And we've got a 9, a couple 7s, excuse me, a 9, an 8, a couple 7s, some 6s. OSK's looking good. And this is really their experience lead to lose here. They need to work together. Bubo kicking off the action on Alex Kidd with a Sing, but can the squad pick them up?
I don't know if you saw, but Gladoa's Unite move definitely went off, but I think it must have been a misclick or just a bit of a misaim, and now Trashy is going to be flying around unopposed of that massive CC tool. Gladoa wants that back so bad right now.
They do, and Yudi's in the crosshairs, and they fall down for this guy's right on their head. I said that they need to identify the Pikachu. They do, and now it's all on the Dreadnought as OSK's trying to pick up the pieces here. And Bubo with a heavy slam here with the block coming through, and they're isolating Dreadnought. It's not down, though, and it's leashed out, which means if it leashes back in, it's going to get all that HP back. So Licky's Lair or OSK needs to try to close it out. Look at the Talonflame jumping on it. Granky coming in for the help, and Wigglytuff trying to get it done, but that Dreadnought almost resets itself as the fight is still breaking up on top, and Bubo's like, how much longer do you need me to hold them back? Heavy slams back in, and the Talonflame finally closed it out as we got a little team action here. All OSK retreating back up their lane. Bubo being relentless with the big block, and the Talonflame with another KO. Traffy's coming through. Do they get number 2, or is that who got that second one? Who got that second one? Pikachu did on the Ivysaur. Oh man, Licky's Lair turned around a bad situation and put it right back in their favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if Gun and Gladoa can secure this Rotom. Pretty massive for them if they can. They want to keep this score lead up. Their experience may be down because, and there we go. They're able to do it. Their experience is down because of that Dreadnought loss, but if this Rotom walks in, that score is going to keep pushing them up and making them have the advantage in these last few minutes.
Skinflux able to wait, misses the Rotom, but takes a KO, and Bubo is there in time, so is Noble, and they're able to put a little bit of pressure and keep OSK from leashing down that Rotom, escorting it somewhere and getting more points in on its behalf, maybe even pushing further down the lane. Gladoa working through, and there we go. Was that a misclick again? What am I seeing here, Zoinks?
Oh man, Gladoa. Honestly, I think that one was a little bit of Bubo's amazing tank play, making sure that Gladoa was never in a comfortable position whatsoever, and Traffy is every single time. Another KO for Traffy. Add him up. That list is getting too long to count.
Ooh, there's another one. That's I mean, they're just piling up the monster count here. Those Pokemons are getting taken down very efficiently and quickly. And Alex the Kid, you've been identified, and Traffy allows you to escape another day as Gladoa and Yudi roll downstairs together. We've got 18 seconds till Dreadnought. Licky's Lair kind of split all over the place, but got to be feeling good. Grum in this Lucario battle against Skinflux. Nobody really getting the bigger part of that advantage as OSK has gone with that 2-1-2 laning strategy.
Right now, something I want to bring up is OSK is still running that 2-1-2, but they've opted out of having a healer on their team. This has been a pretty big problem. As you can see right now, Alex the Kid is trying to engage and start off a fight while already under half HP, and it's going to make them so hard to get out. They have to burn a Unite move. It's still in kind of that safe realm of 3.5 minutes now, but what are they going to do when this Dreadnought fight rips off? They have to go all the way back to base.
Yeah, they're so low HP, and I mean, that's a Pikachu identifying that dinosaur in the grass there, and Granky able to take him down systematically. I mean, the team isn't even helping Traffy and Skinflux close this thing. They're just sitting in the grass. All of OSK identifies kind of that it's sliding downstairs, so let's go find Rotom and see if we can kick this off first. But Licky's Lair is moving well here, and they're moving up the lane. We already see Bubo and the rest of the squad cutting through the middle. That Rotom is getting melted and sent down the lane before Licky's Lair can stop them, and Gladoa and Yudi identifying that Traffy was in the skies and backing off a little bit, and it looks like all of Licky's Lair is going to jump on the Rotom as OSK rolls downstairs.
Yeah, not a ton.
Full 50 banger. 50 banger goes in for Licky's Lair.
Yeah, really impressive play from the Lucario. Seeing that option of the Venusaur not defending that bottom goal zone anymore takes advantage of it. However, OSK getting in a couple of scores and keeping their lead going into this 2 minutes. It's not an incredible one. It's only going to be 30 points, but it is a lead nonetheless. And that right now is going to have to be the saving grace that they're holding on to, because OSK Grum trying to search for this KO, that isn't even going to pull the experience lead back in their favor. They need to leverage this point lead with this last 2 minutes.
Absolutely. That top second tier goal zone being intact for Licky's Lair is, I'd be very excited about that, because that's an easy way to get quick ducats in. Maybe Bubo makes a break or something, something along the lines. Bryce had a lot of time to go back and get that HP up, and they didn't. And you see Licky's Lair, they're chipping in the Zapdos. They're putting the onus on OSK to make something happen here, as they're just chipping in there. Yeah, that's a 80-point back cap there by the Lucarios. We're watching the action develop, and Alex the Kid is alone again. Come on.
Yeah, Alex the Kid just maybe getting... Oh, and there we go. A huge Fairy Singularity that time around. Excellent work by Godoa.
Well, I mean, excellent work, as you identified, and nobody is down worse for wear, but those buddy barriers have been expended, and that's what these fights come down to. Grum has nobody to save them, as Bubo's relentless and takes the KO there. We have 3 players down now, all of a sudden out of OSK, because all of those buddy barriers are gone, and here comes Traffy. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Chase down the Wigglytuff. Triple KO. Bryce is on the retreat. Bubo's putting the pressure on. Nobody's taking Zapdos, and Licky's Lair's got to be feeling good where they are here, as Bubo's just kind of been a menace, taking some KOs in that center lane, and Bryce is forced to go back. Here comes Traffy working on Zapdos. Pikachu's rolling in. Are they going to be able to make a hero play? They're identified and singled out. Yudi not going to let be left alone, and they take it.
Yeah, this time Licky's Lair securing it with that Leaf Tornado. Yudi not able to do the hero play. However, having an incredible game thus far is Yudi the Pikachu, but just couldn't quite do it. That being said, OSK now has 2 of their players on that bottom tier zone, with one of them having the 50 points. Godoa there to help as well. This team fight is super important, but yet an incredibly hard one to win. If they can take out this Pokemon, though, and get this score in, it brings that gap way closer, but the candle wick is burning down a little too quickly with only 4 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, and OSK Grum able to take a quick double, but that is not enough time to get those points in, my friends. And Licky's Lair takes down OSK CS 2-0. Let's take a quick look at where we are in the group play here. As I believe Licky's Lair was in Group 2. So Licky's Lair takes down OSK. So they notched their first win here, and they're one step closer qualifying for that 16-team elimination tournament.